this video I will show you how to thread a Singer 401 and other, well, stuff like maintaining your 401. See timestamps below. But first some general information on this Singer, and try to ignore this upbeat music I added. Considered by many as the finest and most sophisticated domestic Singer sewing machines ever made. The 401 is the successor of the popular 201 series and the in Europe more rare 301. Like the 201, the 401 has a rotating system. This 401 was built in Germany, hence the G. The A indicates an American model. The head is made from aluminium and most gears are all metal except the main gear, which is made from a tough plastic. For other zigzag machines you would need cams, like on this 306 and the later 328, but not on the 401. With a dual dial lever you can zigzag a variety of different inbuilt patterns. Push the outer dial to adjust the settings from A to J, and pull the inner for K to S. With the combination A and K you can do a straight stitch. Other combinations do other things, conveniently displayed in this diagram on the top plate. Good to know, adjust these levers only when your needle is clear from the fabric you're sewing, but there's more. These 5 cams came with the 401, and now there are almost endless possibilities. Since we are on the subject of accessories, the 401 has a tilted needle bar. The feet it uses are made for this type. Attachments for other machines are not compatible. To start with the needle should sit with the flat side sitting towards the rear of the machine and the long groove in the needle facing front. And now winding the empty bobbin. It's a little different, but don't worry. To disengage the main drive shaft, turn the clutch counterclockwise. Now place the bobbin on this little knob and pull this handle to engage the rubber wheel against the balance wheel. Place the thread on one of the spool pins on top and pull the thread around this guide and against this guide to the empty spool. And now winding the bobbin. When you're done, don't forget to tighten the clutch on the rear, clockwise. Place the winded bobbin with the thread counterclockwise in the race. Hook the thread and pull it up to the left. When the tension drops, the lower thread is most likely placed correct and you're almost ready to sew. But we have to thread the Singer 401 first. To make it easier, Singer has a diagram in the door in front of the machine. Here we go. Foot off the ground and lever in the highest position. The thread spool sits on top. First go underneath the top guide, then down to this strange unit. Make a right turn at this junction. Then go to the hook. And after the hook we go down to the upper thread tension discs. You might notice there are 3 tension discs because you can use 2 threads. But that's a great topic for another video. Underneath the tension assembly, over this little hook, and down underneath the spring. Up behind the thread guard and even more up towards the hook. Thread it from right to left. Call it overkill. There are 4 hooks before you reach the needle. And pull the thread through the needle front to rear. As said, the 401 is capable of doing multiple zigzag and other patterns, but there are extra variations when using the black cams. To change the cam, make sure you are in any position but not in special. Turn it to some other setting. Open the top lid and place the cam. That's simple. So what else? Right there are 3 levers. The common lever is this vertical one. This is for the space between the stitches. The more down, the greater the distance between. Up is for reverse. Maybe you don't want to sew from the center line, but left or right of center. Use this lever. And below is the lever for the stitch plate. There is a position to raise the stitch plate for free motion, or the second position to remove the entire stitch plate. Like every sewing machine, the 401 needs to be cleaned and oiled. Oiling the 401. Well, you need oil and grease. Let's start with the sewing machine oil, no WD-40. Remove the 2 screws to remove the entire top plate cover. There are 10 oiling points on top of the machine and multiple other points. In the manual you can find pictures. Sweet. On the front there are 11 oiling points. The best thing to do is to oil every part that is moving. Underneath the machine there are also 11 points. Again, everything that hinges or moves, oil it. A little fiddly is greasing the machine. No oil, but grease to lubricate the gears underneath. As you can see, mine looks in top shape. Well, that wraps it up for this machine. Check out my other videos on other Singer sewing machine models.